As we mentioned, Portugal faces Congo today at noon. This is Portugal's 9th overall appearance in the tournament. I had the wonderful privilege to speak with a group of super fans ahead of the match about what this means for the Portuguese community. Welcome in. We're so excited to have you. Let's have you introduce yourself. David?
David Rodriguez from How to Cook Stuff.
Brian Martins.
And Derek DeMello from the Portuguese Kids.
And Taylor Amarante, stand-up comedian.
Okay, we got the Portuguese Kids. You guys got together like decades ago, right?
Yeah.
We were mere little children when we got together.
His hairline was a lot stronger. Now I'm over here with a cul-de-sac. But yeah, we've been doing 20 plus years.
Yeah.
Performing, and not just in the States, but also around the world, yeah?
Yeah, we traveled to the global Portuguese diaspora. There's way more Portuguese people outside of Portugal than in Portugal.
Yeah.
So we've been able to each out this little niche career for ourselves where we go to Australia, Bermuda, UK, and just do comedy shows about growing up in a Portuguese household or as a kid of an immigrant.
So this is what we have in common. You're all kind of in that same boat where you were born in the States to immigrants from Portugal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what for someone who we pride ourselves in being an international community, but if we don't know the Portuguese culture well, what would you say that you hope, because a lot of Houstonians are going to be here tomorrow kind of watching, the Portuguese fans. What do you hope that they sense from you and from the Portuguese people here?
Oh man, that we're loud. Super loud.
Super loud.
But we're full of pride as well, for our country.
Yeah.
And that I think that's the most important thing, is showing everyone the love that we have, but also how open we are to everyone. Because in the end, we all want to have a good time and have everyone come in on the festa, right? On the party. But yeah, it's going to be loud and a lot of just tears.
Yes, we're going to be emotional, and also I think we're also generous people because we share with the world the best soccer player in the world, which is
Messi.
Wow, that's a wrap.
This was
Houston.
It's been nice joining you all.
My question in my mind was, how would comedians react if I said Messi instead of Ronaldo? No, I'm sorry. Let me let you finish.
No. All jokes aside, Messi is a great player, and as far as being the second best, he's awesome at it. Cristiano Ronaldo for us is, he's El Padrino. He's the number one. And not only that, but the whole team this year looks amazing. So we're actually really, really excited about this whole series. I think it's gonna be a very exciting World Cup for Portugal.
I was going to say, talk to me before we get into the food. Talk to me about how you feel about Portugal in Houston in the World Cup, and how we're feeling about how they are and how they're doing.
Oh man, I think it's so exciting because Houston's not typically a Portuguese community, or it's not known for a Portuguese community. So to see everybody kind of flying in and kind of converging here, and I think Houston's going to remember our fan base for being super passionate, super loud, but super friendly as well.
Now, you started, I think, during the pandemic with your videos telling people how to cook. Why did you do that? And when did you realize this is bigger than me just telling someone how to make a good sandwich?
So during the pandemic, we all had a lot of time on our hands, and I had recently moved to Florida, where, again, not much of a Portuguese community. So I kind of had to learn how to cook these dishes if I wanted to have it. I wasn't close to my mom anymore, right? So once I kind of got good at it, I started making these videos, and one thing led to another. It kind of blew up over the pandemic, and that led to me meeting these guys, and it just hasn't stopped since, And
can I ask also, because probably millions of people have been introduced to Portuguese culture and food in part through a really good Instagram account or TikTok or YouTube, what do you hope and what do you think that people do take away from being introduced? And I'm assuming here that it's a lot of Portuguese folks, but also non-Portuguese coming to learn about it.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's important that people see the variety of foods we have to offer. We're huge on seafood, but we're also huge on sausages and meats and all kinds of things, pastries. So there's a little bit of everything for everyone. And we're known probably the most for bacalhau, which is codfish, but there's so much more beyond that. And I hope I try to be really creative with my content to kind of show people not just the traditional dishes, but here's some things you could also do with our ingredients that are a little bit outside the box.
Okay.
Let's not forget the wine, the Portuguese wine.
No, yes.
And you know what I think is unique too about their Instagram accounts and their followings and just the life of the Portuguese American is that not only are we demonstrating comedy and food and all these things, but we really mix it all together, because right now Portugal seems to be really hip on the world map. You know, it's a great place to vacation. People love the food. But then you realize there's these descendants of these Portuguese immigrants who are living this American life who can still put these things on a platform for the non-Portuguese people. And that's what they've really done. And so it's really cool to see how many people are learning about Portugal and not just food and not just comedy or sport. So it's really cool what they drive. It's
I
awesome.
tuned in for just a few minutes before the interview, and I learned a few Portuguese words. And
Hopefully not from my
the thing that actually I remember was the different interpretations of
yes.
So far, so good.
What does it mean?
When you say you learned
What does it mean?
It can mean so many
It
different
can mean
things.
anything.
any situation deserves a.
So we see the pride. We were so happy for you and your tour and the way that you're introducing the culture and the food to folks. Can we have a prediction for how the game is going to go?
3-1.
Yeah.
3-1.
Right, yeah, 3-1. We're respectfully going to beat the Republic of Congo, and and I think we're gonna keep going.
I'm going to say 2-0.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on that 2-0 park as well.
All right.
I think I'm going to be on that 3-1 as well. But with Portugal, you never know. It could be more, could be less. But the win's important.
You know, one final question. You just got to Houston. How are you received? Be honest. We've shown you.
Amazing.
Besides the rain and the
So
gloom.
much love, man. Oh yeah, besides the rain and the
Olive from
humidity.
Azores.
Our first stop was Whataburger, and I'll tell you, Whataburger.
The humidity is ruining my hair. I had this like really nice
Maybe
do.
some good barbecue today.
Good barbecue. Yeah,
We did go to a mall yesterday, and I was surprised
Galleria,
how
yeah.
lively it was. Because
Yeah.
you see a lot of dying malls, but not here.
Nope. You get different floors and
Yeah.
all. You can spend all day there.
And it's just like everyone's just friendly. You know, everyone's like, "Hey, how you doing?" A smile. You know, it's been great. It's been awesome
Yeah,
being
we're
here.
from Boston. We usually the smiles do not come that way. It's like, what are you looking at? I'm like, nothing.
I'm just here for the Dunkin'.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
And go
Thank you for
Portugal.
having us.
Força Portugal!